Tears rolled down from her eyes, going towards the neck, when her legs shivered from the fear of what she was going to do. But she has to do it. There's no other option left. She opens the closet and takes out her suitcase from it, which she already packed earlier in the day. Another tear rolled down from her eye as she looked at the suitcase and tried to reconsider her decision, but it was already too late. She takes it, and while taking slow and light steps, she went towards the stairs and started going down. Meanwhile, Jungkook in his room woke up for a second and tried to hug Vine, but she couldn't be seen. So he looks at the washroom and the door is open. He wakes up to look for her without worrying, as he knows she must be somewhere here. He comes outside the room and switches on the light as soon as Vine stepped on the floor after the last stair. She gets startled when she looks back with her teary eyes. Jungkook looks at the scene where Vine is crying and has a heavy suitcase in her hand. You can imagine how he must have been feeling. He runs to her and tried to hug her, but she took a step back, leaving worry in his heart and face. Jungkook, what are you doing here? And what's that in your hand? I don't want to live with you anymore, Vine said, looking straight in his eyes, with a louder voice. For Jungkook scoffed. Is this your new prank? Come on, look at the time. Prank? Vine scoffed. Everything is a joke to you, right? Don't stop me, please, because this time I'm going, no matter what you do, she said, not making him understand a word, leaving him only in confusion. Jungkook, let's talk tomorrow, huh? Let's go to sleep first, to calm our mind, okay? Let's go, he said while coming to her to hold her hand, but she backed up. Vine, I'm not falling into your traps anymore. Just leave me. I can't believe I loved a person like you. Enough, Jungkook said, having enough of her. Jungkook, if you don't tell me what happened, how would I know? What do you want to know so bad? That you are trying to kill me? I know all of it, that you married me for revenge. So don't even try to fool me anymore. Jungkook's eyes widened up when he heard her saying this and tried to convince her. What made you think that? How can I kill you? Vine laughed a little while still having tears in her eyes as she said, don't you have even a little shame left in you? You're still lying to me. I hear you say it yourself while talking on the phone today. Jungkook, what did you hear? You must have had it wrong. Come here, let's talk. Don't come near me. I'm going, Vine said and started moving towards the door to escape from him. He came running to her and hugged her from behind, wanting to cry from the fear of losing her. Please don't leave me. Talk to me, okay? I can't let you leave. She immediately left him and took a few steps away from him. You're going to stab me in the back now that you have failed to take revenge? What's wrong with you, seriously? Jungkook said, trying hard to be patient with her, as he can't even imagine the fact that he might lose her. She left her suitcase and started running, but the guards outside the house didn't let her leave. She started crying and sat on her knees. Please let me go. You played with me for so many days. At least now let me leave. Jungkook sat on the stairs with his head down and hands on his knees. I don't know what you heard, but you're anxious right now, and I know that you will regret leaving here. So I can't let you leave. Flashback. Vine went to Jungkook's study room to call him to have dinner, but he was on a phone call. She was surprised to see the door not locked for the first time, as he always locks his study room while doing his work. Vine never complained about that, as she knows he must be doing some mafia work inside that she doesn't need to meddle in. But as the door wasn't locked today, so she was about to enter and hug him from behind. But she heard him call her name on the phone, so she stopped. Jungkook, I did. That's why I married her, to kill her father and then kill her too. But now I. Jungkook started hesitating, so he moved towards the door. Vine, seeing that, immediately hid behind the wall, while Jungkook came and locked the door. Jungkook, I get it, but whatever you say, I can't kill her now. I don't know what happened to me, but I just can't kill her. I wanted to tell you so that you don't call me anymore. And if one of you tries to kill her or her father, I swear I will use the same method on you, for which I am notorious for. Vine didn't hear anything after the door got locked. She was trying to breathe after what she heard, but it was difficult. She couldn't breathe properly, and suddenly she had this urge to throw up. She ran to the washroom and started throwing up while having tears in her eyes. Her heart and life both were broken, because she never expected a betrayal like that, especially from Jungkook. Flashback ends. Wine. I heard right with my ears how you said on the phone that you married me to take revenge on my father, and after doing so, you will kill me too. How? Just how you could do that? She burst into tears. Jungkook knew that the truth will be out someday, but he never thought it could be this soon. He wanted to tell her this himself, no matter how she reacts, but he was always hesitating for the fact that she will leave him. He was always afraid of this, and now the day came. Although his legs started shivering a little from the anxiety, yet he doesn't want to give her up at all. This is not how it should happen. Right. It's true. But I never. Jungkook, I don't know what to say anymore. If you want to leave, I'll let you. But you need to listen to me too. At least hear my words last time. And then you can do whatever. Fine. What's left to say anymore? You will fool me again with your sweet talks. And I, being an idiot, will believe your words again. Because I love you. This has become my weakness after all. He got up from the stairs and started coming towards her, for she spoke up. Don't come to me. He held her shoulder to make her get up from the floor, but she resisted. So he picked her up in his arms and made her sit on the couch. Then he himself sat beside her and wiped her tears. I never once had that thought since we got married. I admit that I wanted to kill your father because he meddled in our affairs too many times. But I'm protecting you and your father since our marriage because a lot of my partners want to kill you both. Why? Does that make you feel good that you're protecting us? Does it disapprove the fact that you wanted to kill us? Jungkook, then what do you want me to do? You know this is my job. That's how I got to know you. Isn't it enough that I'm doing everything I can to protect you? You were a complete stranger to me that time. If I ever once thought about it after our marriage, I would have killed myself. Wine, I don't want to believe you anymore. I did it so many times that I made myself a fool, even in my eyes. I don't know what to believe anymore. He took the knife from the table and holding her shoulders, he made her look at him. You don't have to believe anyone. He handed her the knife, saying that, look in my eyes and listen to your heart. If I look like a liar to you, then you can kill me in an instant. Jungkook, I don't fear anymore. I'd rather be happy dying from your hands. She actually looked in his eyes and kept looking for a minute. She didn't want to believe this, but that was the truth. She screamed in frustration before throwing away the knife. Jungkook hugged her instantly, and she burst into tears. while crying loudly. When she hugged him back as tight as she could, Jungkook, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. She was still crying loudly when she said, I'm also sorry. I should have trusted you more. He broke the hug and held her face from both of his hands. He made his head rest on her head and said to her, please don't talk about leaving me again. I myself don't know what will I do if that day comes. She wrapped her hand back on his neck and said to him, I'm really sorry. I promise I won't do that again. Instead, try to listen to you first and understand you more. So don't fear anymore. They both kissed each other after that to calm each other down. That's how they deal with every situation, calming each other down after whatever happens. Because in the end, they love each other and always have someone they can rely on. How pleasurable it is to know that someone is there to care about you, someone is there to love you, and especially someone is there who will support you in bad times. Lastly, they went to their room and laid down on the bed beside each other. Jungkook took her in his embrace, and while playing with her hairs a little, he slept, having her hands on his waist.